it was not intended to be in any way hateful or a hate crime. It was intended to be me voicing my opinions, beliefs, and how I felt about things.
She was suspended, and I quote from Mr. Castle's words, that she was being suspended for hate speech. And when I tried to defend her and the other girl involved, he started raising her voice, and that's when I ended the meeting and left.
I'm here today at the Stonewall Collegiate School in Stonewall, Manitoba. It's become the center of a poppy-related controversy where a student ended up getting expelled for posting posters around the school saying that she wants the poppy to remain the poppy that every Canadian knows and honors. Members of the faculty wanted Natalie and her school friends to don an abridged version of the poppy, an LGBT rainbow version of the poppy, and Natalie simply wasn't having any of it. I caught up with Natalie and her father earlier today. Natalie, would you be able to tell me how this all started?
It started when a few teachers and students started to try to force their beliefs and their ways of living onto us by saying that we should wear a multicolored poppy during our Remembrance Day service today at school. But I feel strongly against it. My grandparents, they fought in the war. They might not have died, but they still did it, so that has a big impact on my life. And so I decided that I would go to school, type up some papers of my opinions and how I was feeling and my beliefs about it. And I went around and I taped them up on the walls of the school, and they instantly got taken down. And the principals pulled me into the office and began to yell at me and accuse me of hate crime and hate speech. It was not intended to be in any way hateful or a hate crime. It was intended to be me voicing my opinions, beliefs, and how I felt about things.
She was suspended, and I quote from Mr. Castle's words, that she was being suspended for hate speech. And when I tried to defend her and the other girl involved, he started raising her voice, and that's when I ended the meeting and left.
Now, do you think it was hate speech?
No, there's nothing hateful in it. She's voicing her opinion, which they're taught in school, that everybody has an opinion, but unfortunately, it's been, you're allowed to have an opinion as long as it doesn't offend a certain group, whether it be LGBTQ or a race or a religion or anything. If it offends, you're supposed to keep it to yourself, and that's not how I taught my daughter.
Now, you're saying that your friends were speaking to you in support on the Stonewall Facebook page, and the comments disappeared, but you have screenshots. Can you explain?
I can't explain why they're not on there, and I'm going to be forever grateful for everybody's support with it. There's been so much, and I know there's a lot of students that had commented helpful and supportful and kind words on there, and all of them were just gone by this morning.
Now, Natalie tells me a few interesting things. She tells me that the school suspended her for posting a poster. The school says that it was hate speech. That's Section 319 of the Canadian Criminal Code. It's a serious violation, and it's something that can send you to prison. This was not hate speech, though. This poster was merely an exercise of her right to freedom of expression and speech, and the school suspended her for it. I spoke to some of her classmates, and here's what they said about the school's suspension policy. How does it make you feel that the school administration has suspended a friend of yours for speaking what she believes?
I honestly feel like we've been let down by the school, because they're supposed to support us through everything, and the fact that they banned her or suspended her, for hate speech, no one here gets suspended for bullying, so, like, weird.
How do you feel?
I think it's really stupid because, like she said, no one does get suspended for bullying. You just get a warning and a talk, but she just got a suspension for stating her own opinion.
Now, do you agree with what she was saying? Do you think that the poppy should remain the poppy?
Yes, it should, because it's been for everyone that was in the war, and lately a lot of people in the LGBT community have been making a lot of stuff about them, so I don't really think they should take the poppy and make it something just for the LGBTQ community.
And what do you think about that?
Like Kayla said, I think the poppy should remain the red because it signifies like all the veterans and the trouble that they went through in World War I and World War II and so on and so forth. I honestly find the rainbow poppy a very stupid idea from the LGBTQ community because we are both part of it, but we disagree with the rainbow poppy. Like, it's unnecessary.
Now, the school won't suspend bullies, but they'll suspend someone for exercising their free speech. It was simply a poster standing up for veterans, past and present, and their sacrifice for the people of Canada. Now, as I was going into this school, I saw the kids exiting the Remembrance Day ceremonies. Coincidentally, none of them were wearing rainbow poppies. They were all donning the Legion-approved poppy. And I asked the principal a few questions. Take a listen.
Okay.
We're just interested in what happened with Natalie.
Yeah, we made a statement already, the
Yeah.
Lake School Division.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The question I'm kind of curious about is what was in that statement that isn't allowed on this, like on school grounds? What wasn't approved?
I
on
can't
it?
share that with you right now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, sorry.
The other question I was wondering is, are you guys deleting sympathetic comments to Natalie on your Facebook page?
I have no comment on that.
So you're not deleting?
I am not doing anything. I'm not commenting on it, so that's what I'm
So you could be deleting comments.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm no comment. That's what I'm saying right now.
Would you answer more of my questions if you stood with me?
You could try, but I'll say the same thing.
Just no comment?
Yeah.
Did you follow up? Do you know why they would be deleting comments of students in support of Natalie?
I do know something, but I'm not going to share with you.
Why is that? Now, I can't help but feel that the very veterans who we're honoring in this week of remembrance in the lead up to November 11th would be disappointed in the administration of Stonewall Collegiate. The disrespect that they've shown to Natalie and her rights to freedom of speech and freedom of expression go directly against what our veterans fought so hard to protect. For Rebel News, in Stonewall, Manitoba, I'm Keean Bexte. Now I have to add something to this rainbow poppy debacle. I just left Stonewall Collegiate. I'm on my way back to the Winnipeg airport, and I got a call from James. That's Natalie's father. Natalie is the individual who put up posters in protest of the rainbow poppy that she was being told to wear at the Remembrance Day ceremony. Now, James and Natalie, after I interviewed them in a McDonald's parking lot in Winnipeg earlier today, Global News conducted a similar interview in the very same parking lot, took a bunch of pictures, all was well. Now, the only people that have published a story on this are going to be Rebel News and the Post Millennial. I think that's despicable. I think that the mainstream media should be standing up for Natalie. Of course they won't. They won't even publish their story. I think that the school administration is trampling all over the values, the rights that our veterans fought for, the rights for freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And Natalie, according to her father, is distraught. She thinks that the world will now think that she is guilty of committing hate speech because Global News and CTV simply won't publish her side of the story. They won't publish the story at all. Why is that? I stand with Natalie, and I want you to stand with her as well. Go to protectourpoppies.ca. That's plural. Protect Our Poppies. Sign the letter of support to Natalie. Sign the letter of support for our red and black poppy. Tell the world to leave the poppy as it is, to respect our veterans for what they fought for and respect what they fought for, the rights for freedom of speech and freedom of expression. We're going to send this letter of support and all of these signatures to the school that suspended Natalie, and we're going to send it to Natalie as well so that she knows she's not alone.